How you doing, guys? It's Philip McKernan, and I just wanted to ask or offer a question up for you today. It's a question that is very simple in nature, but very profound in terms of what it can actually bring out within your own life. And I remember asking this question probably about a year and a half ago, probably for the first time. But I asked it probably a few months after I ran the retreat I run in Ireland, which I bring a small number of people to Ireland once a year. And I remember coming away from that experience and asking myself this question. I said, how authentic is my life really? And for me, I broke it up into two areas. I broke it up into work, and then I broke it up into my personal life. And I remember reconciling my personal life pretty fast and saying, actually, I'm at a place right now that I'm as authentic as I've ever been in my life. In fact, way more authentic than I've ever been in my life. And I'm very content where that is right now. And I don't feel the necessity to go and actually change anything in that capacity. But then I looked at the work I did and the location in which I would do the work, which is again a part of the experience in many cases. And in the case of Ireland, the first year we had basically stayed, 18 of us, in this beautiful castle on the west coast of Ireland, which sounded sexy, sounded brilliant, and it was beautiful. And it was luxurious, and the food was sensational, etc., etc. But I remember thinking to myself, and I'm digging a little bit deeper from the authentic question, saying, you know, am I a cottage person or a castle person? Which again may not feel or sound like rocket science, but for me it was very profound, because to the core I would consider myself very much a cottage person. More rustic, sitting there with a turf fire, you know, having a bit of fun, relaxing and chilling out, and having that, you know, just that much more rustic, earthy experience. And what I did after asking that question and realizing that I'm more of a cottage person than I am a castle person, I've chosen for the next experience that we're going to be staying in beautiful thatched traditional Irish cottages with open turf fires right on the edge of the water in the village, in the heart of the village, as opposed to like a mile or two out the road, being somewhat removed from the culture. And it was such a subtle tweak, but yet as I sit here today, I'm so much more looking forward to that experience because I believe it's more authentically Philip McKernan. And ironically, afterwards, it was somebody who shared with me, so, well, you know why they built the castles or the country homes outside of the villages? Because the aristocrats didn't want to essentially mingle with the locals, with the peasantry of the villages back in the day. And so for me, the experience is going to be so much deeper, where we're going to be submerged within a village, dealing with the locals. So I'm not here selling my retreat, but what I'm doing is I'm selling a concept of actually stopping and asking yourself a question. And it doesn't have to be around your work, it could be around your personal life. But how authentic am I really? How authentic am I really? And then you might want to break it up into, but don't break it up into 20 different areas. I mean, there's probably 3 elements that I work on with a human being, and that is self, in other words, my relationship with myself, who I am, how I express myself, how I talk, my confidence, self-worth, etc. The work that I do, which in my opinion should be a kind of an expression of who you are as opposed to something you do. And then finally, others, relationships with others, every external relationship outside of yourself. So you might want to break it into those 3 categories. How authentic am I really? Thank you.